So friends, in this video we are going to discuss our next problem statement. Basically the problem is minimum operations to make array equal to. Okay, so we have been given two integer arrays nums1 and nums2 of equal length n and an integer k. You can perform on the following operations on num1. We have to perform the operations on the num1 to make it equal to nums2. Okay, so basically we have to choose two indexes I and j in the nums1 array. For example, this is nums1. Okay, so basically it's what 1 2 3 4 5 6. Okay, and this is nums2. This is 3 6 8 9 10 11. Okay, so basically the size of the nums1 and nums2 are equal, and we have to choose two indexes I and j. Okay, let's suppose this is our I and this is our j. Okay, so this is our two index. We can choose any of the indexes, and we have to increment nums1 of I, this nums1 of I by k. Means we have to add k. Okay, let's suppose now it is our nums of j. Let's suppose our 4 is our nums of j. Okay, and we have to decrement it by k. Okay, so as you can see here also, nums1 equals to nums1 of I plus k, and nums1 of j equals to nums1 of j minus k. So basically the nums of 1 and the nums2 is said to be equal if all indexes are equals to the nums2. Okay, means basically this is our nums1, for example 2 3 5 7. After performing, and this is our nums 2 2 3 5 7. So our this nums1 and nums2 are equal, so we have to perform some operations on the nums1. Okay, so that it must be equals to nums2. For that we have to choose two indexes I and j. We have to add k in I and decrement k in j. Okay, let's discuss one example. Yes, our nums1 is basically what 4314, 4 3 1 and 4, and nums2 is basically what 1371. Okay, and our k is basically 3. So this we have been given in the input, nums1 nums2 and our k. Okay, we have to make the nums1 equals to nums2. For that we have to perform operations on the nums1. Okay, so and we have to return the count of the minimum number of operations. So basically what we have to do here, first of all let's see how many numbers in this are equal. We can see that the number at index 2 are equal, so we must not perform the operations on the numbers on the first index. Means the indexing are 0 1 2 3. Okay, on the first index. So basically here we have been left with over 4 1 4, and we have to make it 1 7 1. Okay, so how we can do it? First of all, let's suppose our array is what, let's choose the two numbers in this. As you can see, we have to our k is what 3. Our k is 3, so we have to either add 3 or decrement 3. Okay, so in this one we have to add 3 two times. We have to add 3 means we have to add 6 to make it 7. So we will add in our first operation, we will add 3 and we will decrement 3 in this to make it 1. Okay, So our new array will be what? 4 4 1 7 1. Okay, so these are now equal, as you can see. Our and this was our first operation and this is our second operation. Okay, so now basically we have to decrement 3 from here to make it equals to 1, and we have to add 3 to make it equals to 7. So as we have done, it is after decrementing 3 from 4, it's 1, then dash, then 7, and then again 1. Okay, so basically in our dash is 3 1 3 7 1. Okay, so now we can see that our nums1 is equals to nums2, and we have our two operations done here, so we will return 2 as our answer. Okay, so this was the basic problem statement, and we have to solve it like this. Other example, let's discuss. For example, if it is given, let's see this also. Wait a minute. Yes, our nums1 is what? 3 8 5 2, and nums2 is basically 1, oh sorry, 2 4 1 6, 2 4 1 6, and k is 1. Okay, pretty clear. So first we will see for the equal numbers. Is there any number equal to the in nums1 equal to the another number in nums2? There is no number. So first what we will do, first we will decrement 1 from 8. First we will decrement 1 from 8 and increment, and let's suppose we will decrement 1 from 3 minus 1 and increment 2. Okay, plus 1. Now our array is what? Now our array is 2 8 5 3. Okay, and it is uh, basically what? 2 4 1 6. Okay, now our this 2 is equal. Now what we have to do, we will increment again, we have to do incrementing and decrementing. So basically we will decrement this by 1 and increment this by 1. Okay, again our array will be what? Our array will be 2 7 5 4. Okay, it's 2 4 1 6. Good. So now again we have to decrement it by 1 and increment it by 1. So basically this was our operation 1, this is 2, this is 3. Okay, 3 operations we have been completed with, and now the output of our operation 3 is basically 2 6 5 5. Okay, and we have to make it 2 4 1 6. Okay, again we have to decrement and increment by 1, decrementing it by 1 and incrementing it by 1. So after 4 operations, as you can see that our array will be 2 5 5 6. Okay, and it is 2 4 1 6. So as you can see in this, our 6 and 2 are equal. Okay, but we have to make this 5 to 4 and 5, again this 5 to 1. So for this we have to decrement it by 1 and it by minus, and we have to again decrement this by 4. So as you can see that we have in the problem statements only says that we have to do the incrementing and decrementing, means we have to do plus and minus us in one operation only. So here both the operation requires the decrement. and so we cannot increment any of this, so this statement will return just -1 as it's impossible to make it equal. Okay, so this was just a problem, and now let's discuss the approach, how we can solve the problem. Okay, first there is a simple approach by which we can solve the problem statement. Okay, so basically we will calculate the difference. We will means initially check for nums1 and nums2 are they equal or not, then we will calculate the difference and then count the increment and decrement. Okay, let's discuss. Yes, first of all we will initialize. Wait a minute. Yes, first of all we will initialize our increase to 0 and decrease to 0. Okay, done. Then we will run a for loop. Then we will run a for loop. Okay, and iterate the for loop in the range of length of the nums. Okay, we will check the difference of our nums1 of I minus nums2 of minus nums2 of I. Okay, for example let's consider this example only. What? 4 3 1 4, this is our nums1, and our nums2 is basically what? 1 3 7 1. Okay, first of all our pointer is at, our I is at this position. Okay, 0th index. So our nums1 of I minus nums2 of I equals to what? 4 minus 1 equals to, it gives our difference as 3. Okay, as you can see, then we will check if our difference and our basically our k is also 3 here. If our difference mod k is not equals to 0, we will just return -1. If our 3 mod k, sorry, if our difference mod k is not equals to 0, so we'll just return -1. Okay, we will just return -1 because if it is not divisible by k, so how we can iterate? Okay, if we have been given 4, as 4 is not divisible by 3, okay, it's not equals to 0, so how we can iterate? We will just decrement. 4 minus 3 it gives 1, so how we can iterate through it? Okay, yes, then we will check if our difference is greater than 0. Okay, if our difference is greater than 0, then we will increment the decrease, our decrease. Okay, difference by k, and if our difference is less than 0, we will just decrement our increase, by diff by k. Okay, so this basically we have to do in this question, and we have to check at last if our increase is equal to decrease. If it is so, we will return what? We will return increase. Okay, so according to the problem statement, let's discuss it with the example. Okay, it will be more easier for you to understand. Yes, at the 0th index our pointer is where? At the 0th index our pointer is at I equals to 0 for iteration 1. Okay, wait a minute. For I equals to 0 our pointer will be at here and here. Okay, so we'll run a for loop and take the difference. Our difference is equals to 4 minus 3, which is sorry, our difference is 4 minus 1 equals to 3. Okay, so we will check if our difference is divisible by 0. Yes, it is divisible by k. Okay, then we will check for difference, it's greater than 0. So as it's greater than 0, so what we will do, we will increment our decrease 3 by 3 1. So our decrease is equals to what? 1. Now at I equals to 1, I equals to 1 means at this position, at this position our 3 is equal to 3, so no operation. Okay, then at I equals to 2, at I equals to 2, as we have are able to see, 1 and 7. Okay, we are now at 1 and 7. Yes, so basically 1 minus 7 equals to what? Minus 6. Okay, so our difference is less than 0, so we will decrement our increase, minus equals to 6 by 3, which is equals to 2. So our increase is equals to what? 2. Then at iteration 3, at iteration 3 our indexing will be where? Our indexing will be here only, at the last index. Okay, so basically now our what we will do, 4 minus 1, which is equals to 3. As our 3 is divisible by 3, so we'll proceed. Our difference is greater than 0. Okay, so we will increment our decrease by k, means it's difference divided by k. So our difference will be what? Basically 2 here. Okay, means 1 plus 1 equals to 2. So lastly our increase is 2 and decrease is 2, both are equal, so we will return increase. So our last output will be what? 2, because our increase is 2. So as you can see in the problem statement, our output has come as 2. So this was the basic approach. Now let's code for it. Okay, let's try to code for it. If our k is equals to 0, if you have any of the doubt, you can ask me in the comment section. Okay, also I am uploading the drive link for each iteration, means full explanation in this, in the drive link is given. Okay, also I am uploading the discussion code, means Leetcode discussion link, where the code is being uploaded. So first of all I am checking the nums2 is equals to, is our nums2 is not equals, nums1 is not equals to nums2. Okay, we will return -1, else 0. Then we will initialize our increase to 0 and decrease to 0. Okay, then we will run a for loop in range of the length of our nums1. By the way, you can iterate through nums1 or nums2, any of the, because the length of both the arrays are equal only. Okay, then our difference is equals to what? Nums of nums1 of I minus nums2 of I. Okay, then we will check if our difference is divisible by k. Okay, if your difference is divisible by k, we will proceed. If not, if our difference is not divisible by k, means if difference mod k is not equals to 0, what we will do, we will return -1. Okay, we will just return -1. So again, if our difference is greater than 0, if our difference is greater than 0, we will increment the decrease plus equals to difference by k. Okay, else if our difference is less than 0, so we'll decrement our increase. We will just decrement our increase by diff by k. Okay, then we will check at last, after all the iterations have been completed, if our increase then we will check our if our increase is equals to our decrease. If it is equal, we will return increase. Okay, else we will return -1. Let's try to run the code. Let's try to run it. Yeah, it's giving the correct output. Let's try to submit it. Yeah, our code is being accepted here. So this was the problem statement. I am uploading the drive link in the comment description. You can see it. Also, if you have any of the doubt, you can ask me in the comment section. Okay, so